So, recently, I finished the visual novel of Date Alive, at least one of them. They came in a collection for PlayStation. Thankfully, the fucking port came out. Now, all I need really in visual novels is Plastic Memories, and I think I'll be set. I don't really. I'm not really craving for any other visual novels except for like those two. Maybe Danganronpa too. Let's be honest here, but like Date Alive, I was glad they did that because I wanted to experience those. So I experienced Rinne Utopia to its fullest potential, and by that I mean like I did everything that there was to do in Rinne Utopia. And now that I know Rinne's character, I realized that she was in season 3. Now, the reason that it's so important that she's in season 3, and keep in mind, haven't read the light novel. Even if I reference the light novel, it's only by shit I remember seeing or hearing about. I've never read that shit. Okay? So, I have no knowledge of what happens from here on out. But I know that they used the appearance of Rinne in the anime and the light novel, or so I've heard, for Phantom's first appearance. Now, the reason this is so important is because it makes the visual novels canon in a way. Now, they could still make it so that it's not canon, it's a completely different character. But based on what happened in the visual novel, by the way, minor spoilers, and by minor I mean big spoilers, for Rinne Utopia, if you care. Rinne dies. She doesn't have a form in the real world, so she just kind of dissipates. And Phantom is able to go into that world or something. I don't really remember exactly how it went, even though it's still like fresh in my mind. It's still confusing how that went down. Somehow. And Phantom was like, oh yeah, cool, die. And that's how we can kind of explain why she's using Rinne's form. Now, why she would use Rinne's form, I don't really know. But that also confirms that Rinne was a character. And she knew Phantom pretty well. So, I would hope to see Rinne more in season 4. I don't think they're going to do that because they're following the adaptations. But if Rinne comes back in those light novels, it would be great. It would be great. You know what? Even if they do like a fucking OVA, I think like the OVAs they did with Kurumi and everything, that'll be nice. But I think that Rinne doesn't really get that much recognition because I think people think she's kind of bland. And then again, they're like the same people that like Yoshino for some reason. It's like, I don't know. I just don't like Yoshino. Yoshino, out of all the spirits that like... I'm sounding so bad. Out of all the spirits that could have died, like, if Yoshino passed away or something, like, I would be like, ah, shit, you know, that sucks. But if it was like Toko, Origami, you know, Kurumi especially, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to watch the show anymore. This show might be over. Might be it. But Rinne, I wanted to see more of Rinne, at least like in the anime. Just based on that scene, I was like, all right, where's the rest of it? You know, like I don't know. So with that out of the way, I would like to see Rinne in there. I think it's important that Rinne at least is name dropped to a degree, like name dropped or something, so we know like where the thin line is, whether it's canon visual novel or just like something in the anime type shit, where it's just like, oh, you know, Rinne is like a person. Rinne does things. She's gone or she's doing something. And also the familiar thing that happened with Shido, where like Rinne like touched him, or the Phantom touched him, and he was like, "Oh my god, this feels so familiar." I heard that a lot of people thought that, and this is since they already know, like the identity of Phantom, that they believe it's like his mom, and if that's the case, I mean, whatever there, but if it's actually Rinne he's talking about without knowing about it, it would also make sense because of what happens in the visual novel. So it's that's the thing. It's like I want them to clarify it more is what I'm trying to say. Like I would love to see more of Rinne, but if they don't, I would love for them to just say, okay, this is where it is. This is the meaning of why we chose to use Rinne, especially since like people don't really know about Rinne that much. So there's that, and some closing thoughts. Season 4, I really do want it to be good. Kurumi, considering I'm the Kurumi king here, I'm the advocate. She is the best girl. There is no other fucking waifu in Day Live that comes close to Kurumi. There just isn't. There isn't. Origami is like second to none. You know, like Toka is alright. They're C tier. They're all C tier compared to fucking Kurumi. So the fact that they're adapting Data Bullet makes me very happy because Kurumi, I want to know more about that character. I want to know what she was doing before she became, you know, the Kurumi we know today. Or I want to know if she was always that Kurumi, you know? And I want to know if she is in the same universe that like Toka was sleeping. If you guys remember, like where she just went like up into the sky and went to sleep or some shit. I want to know that because for some reason, at least the anime kind of forgot about that shit. They were just like, oh yeah, that happened. And it's just kind of a one-off, and they're just like, but there maybe with that Day Live spin-off about Kurumi, we can learn more not only about the character but the lore and her relationship with Phantom. It's like, dude, I want to see that. I want to see that. So I don't know when it's coming out. Considering the coronavirus pandemic is going on right now, I don't think it's going to come out for a while. We'll say a big while. The fact that they announced it means that it is in development. While, you know, that development is probably, you know, on standby now. It's postponed. We're pretty sure. I'm going to say 2021 of summer. 2021 of summer. That's a pretty big one. But if they do spring, that'll be great. But I'm thinking it's summer, at least for Data Bullet. I don't know when season 4 is coming out, and I don't know which animation staffs are doing what. I'll probably do more research after this video, but just the fact that they're getting made, it does bring a smile on my face because I remember back when I was advocating for season 3, I was just like, yeah, season 3. Do season 3, and it was okay. I'm not going to say it was fucking stellar because animation at least wasn't. JC staff, you know, blame me for that. But story was there. Story is where it's at. If you have like a shit story but great animation, the animation is great. Story is shit. But if you have a great story, shit animation, I can still watch that for the story. Like Tokyo Ghoul. I was able to go through that whole spiel of the reanime that was a cluster. It was a clusterfuck. And I went through that because I wanted to know what was going on with Kaneki and Toka and Furuta and all them. I wanted to know. So, Data Life story really picked it up in season 3. In season 4, I don't know what they're going to bring. So, it's going to be very interesting to see what other people they have to face. Or if they're just going to go with Phantom. They're just going to be like, wait, Phantom, this is the last fucking season. There you go. Might do some bullshit like that, but you never know. So, that's it. That's all I can really talk about. I'm literally about to hit 10 minutes, so I'm gonna get closer so I can press exit. And I'll see you guys in the next video, which will be pretty soon, actually.